The very first thing that we are getting to this week is hauling some hay. So we are still feeding our cattle hay. We're eagerly waiting to be able to turn them out on spring pasture, but our pastures still just need a little bit more time before we let the whole herd out for grazing this spring and summer. On our farm, our goal is to try to graze as far into the winter months as possible, and waiting until the grass is ready enough in the spring is a big part of achieving that goal. So we're still feeding them quite a bit of hay, and actually today we're buying some hay from our next door neighbor. So we're just going over there one load at a time, filling our truck with a big load and bringing it back to our hay barn, so that way we can continue to feed our cattle until the pastures are ready for spring turnout. Feeding a lot of hay can get very expensive, so our goal long term is try to reduce our hay costs as much as possible. But everything with farming takes time, and trying to shift your operation away from feeding hay is a long-term endeavor. We have to continue to work our pastures and our grazing plans year after year to try to achieve that goal. But we have big plans this year to try to do better than we did last year. Every summer, we put up some of our own hay, and then we purchase hay from our neighbor to get us through the rest of the year. So we don't put up enough of our own hay. So this hay we are hauling today, I actually purchased about a year ago. So it's pretty easy to predict how much the cattle are going to eat during the winter months. But if we have a longer winter or a drier winter and we're not able to start grazing as early, sometimes we need more hay to get them through. So hopefully this is the last of the hay that we will need this year, and we'll be able to start grazing our cattle very soon. The next task that I am getting to this week is tending to my small business. So on top of maintaining the farm and daily farm chores, I also have started a small farm business, and I sell all the meat that we raise on our farm directly to customers. This is something I have been working on for a very long time. I started about 6 years ago now, and slowly over the years, I have established some repeat customers through our local farmers market, and then also through my online store where I ship out meat boxes to those customers every couple weeks. Running this side of the farm truly is a whole separate endeavor on top of just maintaining day-to-day farm chores. But this is the side that I really enjoy. I really love being able to see that full picture and then supplying customers with quality meat. So this end goal really gives me a lot of purpose when I'm raising the animals, because I'm raising them to feed my customers that support me week after week and continue to buy our meat. So when I'm making operating decisions about raising these animals, about tending to my farm, I not only do what's important to me, but I also try to focus on what I know is important to my customers, because being able to sell my meat like this allows me to make a profit to continue to do what I'm doing. I want to share with you guys about a supplement that I have been taking that is made specifically for women, and that is Biologica. Biologica makes 3 different formulas, each designed for your specific hormonal life stage. This is not a one-size-fits-all, but a supplement program designed for you wherever you are. Women have specific nutritional gaps, and Biologica delivers what your body requires in one daily drink. I have made this drink a part of my daily routine, and I can truly feel a difference from it. I take the primary essential, which supports mood, energy, my skin, and cycle comfort. This drinkable multivitamin is designed to replace your everyday supplement stack with one easy to mix drink that has no added sugar and all clean ingredients. Each formula includes trademarked and clinically studied ingredients, and one packet of Biologica literally replaces an entire handful of pills. Biologica is simple, portable, and something you can actually stick with. You can see what Biologica formula would suit your life stage best by taking their quiz on biologica.com. There are 3 different formulas: the primary essentials, midlife essentials, and postmenopause essentials. If you want to try Biologica for yourself, use the link in my description and save up to 32% when you subscribe. Thanks so much to Biologica for sponsoring this week's video. In the kitchen this time of year, I focus on keeping meals simple and meals that I can prep a lot ahead of time so that they're easy in the evening when we finally come inside after dark to throw in the oven or finish off later on. I rely on so many simple meals in the spring and summertime, and I have a new rotation of recipes that I fall back on. One of those meals that I do a lot in the summertime is homemade pizza. And that's because I can prep the dough early in the morning and then also use a lot of fresh vegetables coming in from the garden to make these pizzas. So in the morning, I'll get my dough ready, throw out some ground beef or sausage, whatever meat I want for the pizza, and it all comes together for a very simple and healthy meal. This morning, I am making my crust with 100% fresh milled flour. I actually ran out of all-purpose flour, and I'm waiting for my next Azure standard order to come to restock. But in the meantime, it has been forcing me to really dive into using fresh milled flour. And that's something I've been wanting to do for a long time now. And I figured out I just need to run out of the all-purpose because I always just fall back on it. But doing these recipes using the gram conversion has been working so well and has been way easier than I thought using fresh milled flour for everything. This afternoon, the kids and I are loading up to take a little road trip to pick up some beef that we had taken to the processor a few weeks ago now, and it is ready to be picked up and restocked into our freezer just in time for our first farmers market this weekend. I always time this drive to get down there, get the meat loaded, and then back home to meet my husband right when he gets home from work, so that way we can tag team putting it all away. Putting it away is kind of a big job because we also try to take good inventory. So me and the kids hit the road and we timed it just right. My husband was actually pulling in the driveway the same time that we were. As we are unloading the beef that I just picked up, we're also restocking our box trailer. So this is our market trailer, and we restock it week to week to go to the local farmers market. So this weekend is our big first day, and we are needing to get these freezers in here filled up with all of our customers' favorite cuts. After going to the market for so long, we really learned what sells great down there and what customers are looking for. So as we're unloading the trailer with the new beef we brought in, we're inventorying it, putting some away in our big walk-in freezer, and then also reloading our little market freezers for the market this weekend. It is a very busy night, and anytime we do this job, it's a little bit stressful because we want to get all the meat put away very quickly, but we want to make sure that we're taking good notes as we're doing it and really getting our inventory right. We generally take about 5 beef to the processor at a time because the processor that we use for our retail cuts is a bit further away from the farm. So we like to try to do 5 at a time. That just justifies our running down to drop them off and then picking it up. It also gives us enough inventory for a month or so of markets, and then we can time our harvest dates to stay restocked throughout the summer and fall. So that's a job that we have a few times throughout this season. It's always a big job, but so rewarding to just see how the beef finished and see all the cuts that we're putting back into our freezer. After that big job, it was so nice to have dinner mostly prepped, and these pizzas came together very quickly. I was also able to put away a couple of the doughs for later. So I just put them in a Ziploc bag and freeze them. And then on pizza night in the future, I'll just pull out the dough and let them rise and warm up. So anytime I make crust, I always try to freeze some because this is a meal that I rely on so much in this season. Back for these early mornings driving to the local farmers market. This weekend was a bit rainy, but so crowded. I intended to get some video footage of the market, but this is all I got because we were so busy this weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed following along for another week on our farm. Thanks so much for watching.